All right, welcome back to a Seminole Sideline 365 short. Back again with KB and the old man Bruce. We wanted to discuss quickly a rumor that was swirling around over the past couple of weeks that Michael Alford had met with a representative from, I believe it was the college football classic Ireland, a representative from there, or someone having to do with it. I can't find it on Twitter anymore, so it may have been deleted, which is weird. But it literally was a picture of him. I believe he had tweeted out from his office a picture of him and a representative from there, and it had led to speculation that Florida State was potentially looking at a future game in Ireland. You may have been familiar with the kickoff game of August 27th of Northwestern and Nebraska last year, which was exciting, or just at least fun to watch because it was one of the earliest games last year on that Saturday. Now, I don't know. I want to discuss
Notre Dame's going to play there next season.
Yeah, they're
right?
playing. They're playing on the 26th of next year on that Saturday. Notre Dame and Navy, which will be a fun game. And I know someone in my family has been looking at potentially going, but I know it's tough with schools and stuff like that. But I want to get some initial thoughts from you. In that, what are your thoughts? I know some fans were like, "No, we don't need to go to Ireland for this," but it looked really cool. Like
I
you look
think
at some of these videos for this, it's pretty damn cool. Just looking at some of this, it's just like to go to a place like Ireland, like there's plenty to do there if you're there, right? It's not just the game. You probably have more fun depending on who you're playing. Like if you're playing like Northwestern or Nebraska, I'd probably have more fun at the bars around Ireland, around Dublin, than at the actual game. But the stadium looks pretty cool too.
No, that's not true. We go to see Florida State
if
we're
playing Nebraska, I'm gonna have more fun at the bars than at the actual game. But like the game wasn't even actually full there. Like you see the stadium; it's not actually full.
Well, let's face it. American style football is still not even close to what European football is, which is well known as soccer to us. But
Western doesn't travel
well. Here's the deal. Here's what we're debating: is Florida State's a brand name? Okay,
yeah.
Florida State's a brand name, and I can imagine they'd even fly probably the horse over there, Chief Osceola, because that's what it is. That's the brand. That's cool stuff. So is this good for the Florida State program? Yes. From a branding standpoint,
yes.
It is. It's really good because it's going to be a nationalized, televised game. You've got all kind of people there. Why do you think the NFL does this every year now? A couple of times a year.
Yeah.
Between Mexico and London, and I think they played in Frankfurt. You're constantly trying to expand the brand. Yeah. The question is this: there'd have to be enough money involved, one, that you're going to make a profit off this. It's all about the money. But for the kids, for the players, and for the potential recruits you could get out of this, is a very positive benefit. The downside is if you got to fly back and then play a tough opponent the next week. Okay. Yeah. It would be much better if you schedule it to have a bye, some kind of a bye in the next week, or somebody you believe you can punish the next week, because you don't want to line up and have to play Miami or Florida or Clemson or somebody that's really good. That would not be good for the program.
Yeah, no, those are good points. And I think, different than the NFL is definitely a global brand, right? I think they're slowly trying to make, and I don't know if college football really translates because there's a lot of it's tied to alumni and stuff like that. And I think it's tougher to translate overseas in terms of getting people to show out for it. I mean, if that was an NFL game in Dublin, it's going to sell out easily. It's a little bit tougher with college game. But Florida State does have a decent amount of international students, and if you're playing a bigger brand, and it's a big brand,
and it's a new event. It's something different that people don't see all the time, and people show up for that.
And no offense, Florida State's a bigger brand than Northwestern or Nebraska. It just is, and I think they would equally be able to carry a second brand over there. If they're playing Notre Dame, Absolutely.
How
That
about
would be a massive game.
how about we carry over Colorado?
Once
Dion,
again, if you were to
if
play
you bring
Colorado,
Prime and Colorado over there, you'll sell out.
I mean, that would be a massive. I mean, that would be like a massive game. Even if this the only way this game will obviously this game is going to happen 23. The only way this game could work is possibly in 2024 or maybe 26 because 24 you have an open slot for because this would probably be a week 0 game, right? It'd be in August.
Yes, and you get
So
extra practice time too.
exactly. So this would be I mean, it's like the flight over there is like a 12-hour, 13-hour
Yeah.
flight from Tallahassee. So it's or no, it's sorry, it's like 13 plus hours. So that's a tough because you're gonna have to go over there early. It's gonna be a long, so you're gonna lose some time. So you need it to be a week 0 game like it is scheduled for. But if you bring a Colorado over there, once again, you're getting the first lot of college football season, a lot of exposure, recruits, whatever you want there, right? If you get a team like Colorado Prime, you're going to get every camera
Oh,
imaginable over there.
unbelievable.
And it fits into your schedule and in terms of 24, because your next game currently scheduled is Memphis on 9/14. So it's not like you're playing cupcake, but you're not playing Alabama. But then that's why you can't do it in 25 because you have Alabama on August 30th. So you can't have it in 25. And then in 26, you still play Alabama, but you play them in September, in middle of September. So I don't think you would want to put that on your schedule. So I think you have, 2024, you could make this happen. And then I think that's the only available spot because then you play Georgia in 27, 28 early in the season. And I don't think you want to do that. Have a international game 2 weeks or a week before you play Georgia in those years. So I think if this is going to happen, it's going to happen in 24. And if you're going to do it, make it worth it. Don't go over there to play Navy. Play another big brand who's going to be willing to travel with you. Probably it could be Colorado, could be Notre Dame. You already have Notre Dame on the schedule for 24. So can that game be flexed out to a week 0 game? They're going to carry a crowd there.
I guarantee Colorado would take it. They're
They
much like
100%
they need the money. They need the revenue coming into the program.
But the only thing is, do you want to risk a loss on the road in a neutral environment?
Yes.
Is that worth it?
Yeah, it depends what happens. They're building the program much like Bobby Bowden built the Florida State program.
Do you want to? Does Florida State want to? Because when you go and travel internationally, that's a whole nother ballgame.
If we're going to have an elite program, we can't fear anybody. We show up, we show out, and we beat people. We dominate people. That's the nature of the program we're trying to build here. Yeah. Because I'll tell you, and this isn't the place for it, but the question is, that is what we must do because we haven't established dominance to date.
Yeah. Well, if this happens, if they book in Notre Dame or they book in Colorado, I will book my ticket to Dublin,
Me too.
to Ireland, and I will be at that game because it looks fantastic. And
I thought you'd be in the bar. I'll pull you out of the bar and we'll go there and do
if they're playing Navy, I will be in the bar and watching it. So it's not going to happen. But okay.
Let's make sure we say again, KB, we both saw this rumor floating around out there on the internet and on Twitter or Instagram, someplace. We thought it came out from the official Florida State athletic office. We're not saying it did or it didn't. If any viewer out there has any information, please send it in comments to the program here. We'd enjoy that. We have some very loyal beat reporters out there. Let us know what your thoughts are. And if you've seen anything on this, because we were both looking for it again and we can't find it. Maybe it came from another fan who took pictures. I don't know.
Yeah. And let's think about it. Would you rather?
And we're not saying it's going to happen.
And let's face it. Like in week 0 is supposed to be a practice game, stuff like that. We get that. But would you rather watch Duquesne again in week 0, or would you rather travel, go to Ireland and face? Okay, if we're going to face somebody, okay, I'm fine with Navy overseas, but I'd rather it be if we're going to have to play Notre Dame in the season. Let's do it in Ireland. Let's make it fun, right? Let's do it 47,000 people in Dublin, have some fun, and then win or lose, let's have some fun doing it.
And let's remember as we stop here, let's remember in 2024, the playoffs expand.
Yeah.
You want to be in front of the committee's eyes. You want to be playing better opponents. You can't play Duquesne anymore. because that will be held against you if you want to make those playoffs. You need visibility. You need to win. You need to play the best opponents you can get your hands on.
Absolutely. So yeah, so that's it for tonight. Let us know your thoughts. Do you think Florida State, if offered, should do a potentially 2024 Dublin trip? Or do you think that it's something that's not worth the time, money, and energy in potentially risking a loss internationally, especially as the playoffs open up? Let us know your thoughts, comments, like the video, share the video, subscribe if you haven't. We'd love to know your thoughts. Thanks again, everyone, and have a great day.
Go Noles. Go Noles.